Welcome back, ladies and gentlemen, to a brand new video. Today we have a brand new commentary and we're going to be discussing yet again about Fortnite OG. Everybody knows that Fortnite OG is not the most loved game mode, although it did have the most potential out of all of them, at least in my opinion. And since day 2 of the game mode, Epic Games has, from what it seems like, intentionally been sabotaging the game mode in order for players to mainly focus on the main BR. Not saying that's what they're actually doing, but that's just what it feels like. OG has quite a reputation for being the most inconsistent, if not the most broken game mode of all time. And I wouldn't blame you if you thought that way, because some bugs and issues with the mode had no way of happening unless it was intentionally messed with. I like to believe that the game developers, especially in charge of this mode, have somewhat been trying to give us this new view of the game mode by bringing some ideas, like something that didn't happen back in the original map almost a decade ago, but I'm pretty sure they didn't tend to make it so inconsistent, like with wrong weapon icons, buildings placed where they shouldn't be, wrong sound effects, physics, etc, etc. Honestly, it is such a long list that I could go on for like half an hour just talking about everything that has been wrong or went wrong with this mode. That isn't enough for me to start hating on the game mode, since it's what I've always wanted from it, to relive all of chapter 1 all over again. But you can't blame the OG fanbase when they want a good quality product, especially since they've been wanting it for a really long time. I understand that sometimes it can come off a little weird when players are asking for a different skybox or the grass is a different texture than what it is, but just because not a lot of people play this mode nowadays doesn't mean that we have to just let everything slide and Epic Games do whatever they want with the quality of this game mode. And honestly, Epic Games has done so much more than I thought that they actually would. I did not think they would bring back the OG weapon icons or even change the stats for some of the weapons to be 100% as they were back in the day. But what I was sort of expecting was the mode to be taken care of, at least of the inconsistency with how time progressed in the original OG map. I understand if someone plays the wrong building in the wrong place from time to time, but that's another thing than smoothing out the entire map for God knows what reason when it wasn't intentionally that way, especially now that we're gonna get more changes of this in the upcoming season, being OG Season 9. All of this is coming from the recent backlash and the lack of effort on the OG game mode once more. We've seen this before in OG Season 6, where the first post of that season was actually an apology, asking players to tell them what makes Fortnite OG OG. And if that's not disappointing, I don't know what is. You've got the tools, you've got the people in the community telling you exactly what is wrong with the mode and what they'd like from it, and they still make a blog post saying that they slightly missed the mark with a launch of a new season. Keep in mind that it had no advertising whatsoever, so how is someone supposed to know that the game mode had launched a brand new season if you weren't gonna advertise it in any way? How do you expect a mode to succeed without you putting in the effort to actually show that it's worth playing? I do believe Epic Games kind of shot themselves in the foot when releasing Fortnite OG, because the day it released, it was basically them committing to maintaining 2 battle royales at the same time. I'm not saying it was destined to fail, but Epic Games was now obligated to make sure that 2 battle royales were functioning properly and keeping both of their communities happy. We saw this having an impact and being very noticeable on October 2025. Epic had to lock in for the reputation that Season 7 has and actually give us a masterpiece of a season, even by teasing it a ton and even implementing a new way of teasing the OG season for the upcoming updates. Epic Games would go on a roll to giving us good updates, fixing a lot of the issues, and listening to the community for the first time in a really long time. All was good and nice until recently. Epic Games haven't been updating the game mode as much. They haven't been addressing many of the issues the community's clearly talking about it in social media. One of the biggest ones is the lighting. I get that maybe they didn't want to implement the actual OG lighting, but I don't think there's an excuse for having a straight up outdated version of what a remade of the 2018 sky would look like. I mean, look at this. It's literally red. It's a red sky. Everything's red. It looks ugly, to be honest. I'm sorry, but it just looks bad. I'll show some images here and there as to how vastly different the sky, sunrise, sunrise, sundown, day and night look compared to the later seasons of Chapter 1. Not to mention the smooth map that has been going on, and it's getting worse for every update like I mentioned before. Maybe this is for zero build, I'm not entirely sure, but this is just god awful. One of the worst things that I believe I saw out of Season 8 in its entire run was the fact that the audio from the unvaulting event could be played on random games, and even the options of the vault being displayed way up above the map, which you can actually balloon towards. I get that once you were teleported in the live event, you would be very high up in the map, and maybe it was different because back in the day it was a different playlist compared to as now that you actually have to experience the live event in an actual regular OG game, but that's still no excuse to let this slide or even test it out in public games. I don't even know how this happens. Other things could be the skybox. As for the vaulting event, it was ever so slightly different compared to what we got in the most recent live event. It doesn't look bad, but it could definitely look better, especially the sky after the event had happened, where instead of being gray and taking some saturation out of it, almost looking dead, it was just a weird and ugly shade of orange. Another good example of this is how the iceberg over a polar peak got a rather obsidian look rather than maintaining its icy light blue color. For every season that passes in Chapter 1, the lighting will be even more noticeable and out of place. There's a lot of creators out there in social media that have actually given us a look as to how this is going to look in the future seasons and how badly the map needs this change of light. The most noticeable one being the holograms of Megamall and Neo Tilted with our soon to come OG Season 9. These look absolutely horrendous, all because Epic Games is not changing something that could be fixed with a push of a button. There are literal people that don't work on your company showing you what to do. We're showing you on what makes OG OG, and you're still not doing it. I can understand Epic Games not really hiring people from social media to work on their game modes due to the lack of trust or background that they might have, but there's more than a handful of people that have proven themselves perfectly capable of managing that game mode, same if not better than Epic Games themselves, who know exactly what's wrong with anything happening. I want nothing but the best treatment for my favorite game mode in the entire game. As they've put in one of their posts in 2024 that the OG island was here to stay, I don't think that will be the case, because this has been proven to be a bigger task than anyone that's been working on Fortnite might have ever even thought of. It's crazy how much work has to be put on this to keep the accuracy as to how it was. I'm not saying I'm open to changes as how the red cube suddenly appeared in Season 5 or the red rift in Season 4, but once you start promoting and advertising a mode to be real, an authentic experience as how it was so many years ago, fans are obviously expected to receive something that you promised. Maybe they'll do a rerun and actually change some stuff here and there to maybe change up their own lore, maybe going as far as to making Chapter 1 Season 11, but unfortunately I don't see that being the case. Maybe people theorize that Chapter 2 will take its place after Season X ends, but I don't think even Chapter 2 fans will like a low quality recreation of their favorite chapter. To end on a positive note, I can't say that this experience has honestly been so refreshing, and I can't keep my hands off the mode because it's my favorite chapter of all time. I appreciate Epic Games for even making this in the first place. They had no reason to, but they did. So I will be really sad once this mode is gone. But all I can do is keep getting victory royales, playing with my friends, and enjoy a basic and simple format of battle royale, and hope for the best for Season 9. Unfortunately, I've checked out social media since the first teaser of Season 9 has been revealed, and there's a lot of map inaccuracies, which is not a good sign. I hope that this is an unfinished version of the minimap concept that they're just working on, and then that the actual map includes everything that the Season 9 map requires to work as it once did. But anyways, I'm still super excited for what's to come, and I hope you guys are too. Let me know what you think in the comments down below, if Epic Games should just kill off this game mode once it ends, or actually go over to Chapter 2, and we'll see how it goes then. Hope you guys enjoyed, and I will see you all in the next one. Peace.